EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada and Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. He's inside the 35. And he is gone. 70 yards. Touchdown, Rams. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Rams will race out to a quick 7-0 edge. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's carry number 1 for the former Bulldog, Zamir White. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with White. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Markham at the 48-yard line.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be followed up quickly after a gain of about 1. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Ritter. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And to pick up 3 or maybe 4, Brandon Dormus. They're on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hall. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of the Raiders has got it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes
pressure, gets there, and down he goes.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
On 2nd down, Ritter. He'll find his running back, White. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long. From the gun, it's Ritter. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A run here with Hall. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Brandon Dormus there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend it.
The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short in the 1st down.
On 4th down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. first and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and here's White. He is met and dropped. Good defense, loss of a couple on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now, Ritter to throw on second down. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 39 yards. From the 39, here's a first and 10. Ritter now off the bootleg. Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 31 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. They'll run with White. Down to the 4. It'll be... On second down, it's Ritter. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So we are through one on Sunday Night Football. 10-7 is the score. And we're back in Vegas after this. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. That's fielded just shy of the goal line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Here's Hall. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Another run here with Hall. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Here comes Hall on this toss to the right. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. He'll look to throw. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. Give him 14 on that one. First down, L.A.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hall from the pistol. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run. This is Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. He's got Dell for that one. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They face 2nd down and 7. Again, here's Hall. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And the Rams have got a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. That'll be a 1st down, a gain of 10.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll run. It's Hall. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
Although I would have liked to have seen them throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs, now after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on 3rd down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Breece Hall, touchdown Los Angeles. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ritter. Off he goes. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Throwing is Ritter. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Third and 5. Here's Ritter to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Throwing now. Ritter on 1st down. He'll get this out to his running back. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Ritter. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
That was signal, timeout call. 9 seconds left to play in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll keep it on the ground here again. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. So we're at halftime here on Sunday Night Football. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. 3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by White. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
On 1st down, right back to White. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On play action, Ritter. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ritter. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on third down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's all. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Dell motioning over. They will run it over center with Hall. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Chop Robinson, the man to bring him down. He'll try to run for it with Hall. Hall, a 1st down and more. And he will score again. Breece Hall, touchdown Rams. 3 touchdowns for him. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 on the season. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st down, it's White. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Back to throw, Ritter. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll try to throw for it with Ritter. This one, up top for Dobbs.
All right, Mike, so in a situation like this, I would love to see the quarterback think first down. I don't need a touchdown. I need a fresh set of downs. I need to keep the chains moving and give me more opportunities to hopefully end this drive with a touchdown.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. The motion man is Nacua. It's 1st down, and it's Hall. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. On the toss play, it's Hall. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone. I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
This one runs out of steam off the crossbar and comes back. No good. And they'll remain out front by 1. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and here's White. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. He'll get this out wide. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ritter. He gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. And he will go all the way. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
So now, with the lead up to 5, they're going to go for 2 and try to extend it out to 7. The pressure got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. They'll go again with Hall. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Back to throw. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And he covers some ground on the return as well. Out of bounds, past the 40-yard line.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
On the ground, it's White, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. They'll go again with White. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Ritter. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
What I loved most about this was just the ability of the quarterback, Mike, to so quickly go through his progression. You see early on at the top of his drop, his eyes are downfield. Quickly realizes there's not a lot of opportunities downfield. Check it down to your back and see if he can pick up the rest after the catch and move the chains with his legs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Ritter. That one caught by Tucker. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. On second down, a run with White. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Zamir White, touchdown Las Vegas. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
That's just a lack of contain here by the kickoff team. You have to at least be able to slow him down. But he's able to get a good head of steam going up that right side. And he's finally forced out of bounds, but not until he gets to the other side of midfield.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now they'll set up to throw. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. The sound deafening in the dome. It's third down. They'll look to throw. A short one there to Otten. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for two reasons. One, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. Two, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for first and 10. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now on second and long. They'll drop to throw. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
Throwing now on third and long. Over the middle, that's the tight end Hockenson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on third down, but what they call third and...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
First and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. To stop it here with 1:07 on the clock.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Out of the gun, it's Ritter. Throwing right, it's taken in. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Ritter. And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it up. And the Rams are going to take over just shy of midfield.
I got to be honest, Mike, I'm a little surprised in the fact that they're even deciding to throw the ball, given the situation. I mean, it's unlikely that that decision will cost them the game, but stranger things have happened on a football field.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And 3rd down coming up. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And that final throw here is intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders. And with an open date on the schedule next week, we'll be able to savor this one for a while. Rest up and ready to get back at it in 2 weeks' time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other winners outside. So long from Vegas.